Aura used my strategy, but they're using it wrong. Yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy Assassin Dave. Welcome back to another Dave Talk. Today we're gonna discuss the MPL PH region. Team Aura actually used the Martyr Diggie strategy that I mentioned a few months back. I'm not a prophet, but you have to truly understand the concept behind the strategy and then execute it. Aura understand the gist of it, and then there are a lot of things that they could have improved on. And if you're watching this video, I hope you guys do it better next time. Now, the beginning of the story is I actually received quite a few emails from our viewers who watch our live streams and said, "Hey Dave, your Diggie fee strategy being used by Philippine pro team Aura." By the way, the name is called Diggie Martyr strategy, okay? It's not feed. Feed is like you do it with a bad intent. Martyr strategy, you sacrifice yourself for the greater good of the cause. So I call it the Diggie Martyr strategy, and sure enough, it's actually being used by Team Aura. So the email goes, "Hi Dave, cheers from Indonesia. I once saw you think about the strategy might work and keep trying it. Even your friend don't believe in you. And by the way, the background story is I actually kicked 2 members from my team because they refused to try out new strategies. They thought I was trolling with the Diggie Martyr strategy. I told them this is a real strategy being used in Honor of King, the biggest esports for mobile ever existing on the planet, and I was a professional caster for that game for a year. So I know the strategy coming back to bringing back to ML. When I saw what they did with Bounty Hunter emblem, I was like, this can be really good, especially with hyper carry. A lot of assassins take Bounty Hunter, but my team refused to, try it, and they keep on sniping me. So I decided to kick them out. I saw an article written in Indonesia in it that's basically the same with what you think. The team is 4 versus 5 because the Diggie keep following enemy core, opening and giving information to their team, and even the Diggie got to die 21 times, or eventually got the victory at just 13 minutes. Here's the article. We're gonna go ahead and watch the game. I'm gonna talk about like how this game could impact, how this strategy can impact your game. Like, are you gonna see it more and more often in ranked now because a pro team finally used it? And by the way, I watched the game already. I gotta say, Team Aura did not do it right. There are a lot of stuff they could have worked on. They had an idea, but they don't know how to execute this idea. So let's get a few thousand likes. Let's get like 5,000 likes. So Team Aura get to watch this video and maybe improve on it and eventually get better at it. Have a better demonstration next time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch this game together. Alright guys, before we get started, I do want to show this data to you guys. So to understand what Martyr Diggie strategy is for, okay? Basically, in this game, in Mobile Legends, the kill actually worth a lot of money, right? If you kill somebody for the first time, like this is their first death in the game, they're worth 200 gold. And if they don't get any kills in between, they just keep on dying. The second time, they're gonna reduce 20 gold for net worth, and the third time, they're gonna reduce 20 gold, and they just keep on going like that until you're worth 0 gold, which is at 11th death, right? When you're dying like 10 times, you're worth only 20 gold for the kill, and assist only a portion of that. There's still quite a bit of money. It's 1100 gold. So basically, if you feed 10 times in a row without getting any kills, you will be feeding about 1100 gold for the kills. And if there are a lot of people getting assists, there'll be also assist gold here and there. So in total, you'll be feeding about like 1500 gold to the enemy team, which is quite a bit in the early game. But if you do it right, if you feed towers, you're actually not gonna give any net worth to the enemy team. Basically, if you keep on dying to the enemy turret and it just reduces your net worth to very little in the beginning of the game, when enemy teams start killing you, you will already be only worth like 40, 60, or 20 gold starting really early game. So that's something that Team Aura didn't do. And let's go ahead and take a look at how they executed the Diggie Martyr strategy. So starting off the game, you have Diggie coming in mid lane. You can see like Selena and Eastern Shin went back to their jungle, some normal opening. But look at Diggie though. Diggie start off right away, just already feeding right here and dying to the hate, feeding 200 gold. But at the same time, guys, both of the silence on Team X Creation have died. You have this Lunox is 0-1-0. You have Gatot 0-1-0. At this point of the game, I wouldn't say Aura's feeding strategy is really the reason why they won, because the team that they go against here is just weird. I'm not gonna say bad, they are pretty bad. How are your silent dying at level 1? At level 2? It doesn't make any sense in Mobile Legends. In any MOBA, silent cannot die, especially in a one-on-one situation. When I was playing pro, our coaches told us in Honor of King, the only time when you die on a silent is when you try to kill your opponent. If you don't do something stupid, you won't die. That's not what happened. Execration already fed 2 kills silent to the enemy team. At this point, Aura is already winning silent. and Diggie started feeding. You can see Diggie right now is already 0.42. With the chart that I show you, at a 4 death, he's only worth 140 gold. What you want to do with this hero is feed towers early game without, enemy team touching you, so you can just reduce net worth without giving any gold to your opponent team. You can also feed support. One other good thing about making your net worth down to 0 is the more you feed your opponent, the more net worth they're going to be worth, okay? Because every time enemy team kills somebody, every time you kill someone, your net worth is increased by 80. That's after like 3 kills. So from first kill to to killing spree, you're only gonna be worth 200 gold. Starting at 4th kill, it's gonna be worth 280 gold, and then it goes to 360 all the way to 600 gold. Okay, so you're gonna start be worthing a lot of money. And then if the team that has the Diggie start killing you, their entire team gonna get a lot of money because shutdown money is a lot. I just mentioned if you get 8 kills, you're gonna be worth 600 gold. Just for the killing gold. Considering all the assist gold and all that, you're gonna be worth a lot of money. That's why the Martyr strategy will work financially, economically for your team. Okay. Now, obviously, on top of it, the best thing about the strategy is the vision control. Because Diggie, we all know, even he dies, he doesn't really die. He turns into the egg and he just gets vision all around the map. You can see right now, Diggie's already 0.83. At this point, he's worth like 60 gold. So you see this Rogers killing him ferociously, like, oh my god, somebody feeding me kills. No, you dumbass. You are just making yourself like worth more. In fact, the best way to kill this Diggie at this point is make sure somebody else do it. Like if all your team only get under 3 kills, you're gonna be worth 200 gold, like unchanged. Right? This is killing Diggie non-stop to increase your net worth. You can see Unstoppable on the Valir right now. He's 5-1 and 3. If Valir dies right here, he will feed a lot of gold to their opponent, and that's not good. But they didn't realize this. Just keep on going. Another really important aspect of this Diggie strategy, Diggie Martyr strategy, is once you grant vision, you have to steal buff. And that's exactly what Team R did here. That's really, really good. But they have Selena to steal it. What I would have done, now you can see Diggie take a retribution, so he had the intent to steal. But obviously he's not doing a really good job with it. He's not stealing a lot of buffs. What he could have done is, hide himself, die at the right time, die when the objective comes up, go steal the buff and die, right? That I didn't see that much coming out of rafflesia this time, even though he had intent, but I don't think he's doing it properly. Another thing is when objective comes up, when there's stuff like turtle, lore that you have to contest, you should not feed anymore. You should make sure when you guys have the team fight around turtle that you're there, you're available, because Diggie's ultimate is still very important. Diggie's pull is still very important. Look at here. He's just wasting his ult. What's the point of that? You know you're gonna feed. Why are you wasting your ult? Your ult could be saved for the next team fight where you can use it for Atlas ultimate to save your team. That could have been game changing. I mean, obviously he's only executing the Martyr strategy, Martyr part of the strategy. He's not executing the actual utilization of Diggie itself. Sometimes when people are getting this feeding frenzy because it's so fun to keep on feeding with a purpose, I guess people forget that you're still playing Diggie. You're still playing a hero that is broken, that his ultimate is absolutely broken in a lot of ways. So right here, you can see they're chasing this hate. Just continue to put pressure on the person. He doesn't care, right? He can die and just make sure that, Roger doesn't recall. So buy some time. Meanwhile, EXE's silence is absolutely failing. Their silence is not doing so well. The Taw as a silence 0-3, 0-4-2 now. Lunox is 2-2 and 4. Lunox fed the first blood to Thamus. He thought he can fight Thamus one-on-one at level 2. Like, are you kidding? So over here, once again, Valir, at this point, Selena, because of all the vision, he knows where the teams are. He can just do whatever he wants, right? He knows it's going to be like one versus one. Diggie, once again, end up feeding when Turtle is going to be up in 8 seconds, which is not something that I recommend. Like I said, Turtle is going to be up right now. You can see on the minimap. And what he needed to do is not to feed here. Just to poke, be a regular support, and then, go to the objective. Make sure your team secure the objective, and then you can go back to feed, to continue reducing net worth, and then continue to increase the enemy net worth. Bottom lane, you can see where Diggie right now in mid, feed again. He's already at 15 death. That means if you kill this Diggie right now, you're going to be getting like 0 gold. Just because you're dying doesn't mean you're not worth, doesn't mean you don't have money, right? He still have gold from bounty hunters, he still have gold from the team objective, he's still buying items. And if he buys full ability power, full magic damage items, eventually his bomb will do a lot of damage and he will still be very effective. And you can see Diggie's right now. He's building support item. I think his next item is building maybe fleeting time. See? Like right here, they don't know what to do because also Diggie was chasing the Roger back in base. I guess it's fine to make sure he doesn't recall, but after a certain point, you need to come to the team. If you get a vision on Atlas, JP wouldn't waste the Purify just now. The point I'm trying to make here is, I think Aura, they want to use the Diggie strategy, but they don't understand the true essence, the full potential of this strategy. I'm saying that current version, current meta, after the nerf the Bounty Hunter, where you only get 30% of the kill instead of like 40% as before, now it's only 30% of the kill. You see, like, Diggie is feeding again. Right, but at this point, he's 25 seconds on respawn. That's fine. If you're 25 seconds on respawn, that is okay. That's understandable because you're gonna come back alive once the lore comes up. But because he fed at this point of the game, this is 9 minutes into the game, because he died again, they don't have anything to cancel the Atlas ult. And with that being said, you have JP died, and you have their Thamus died, and Selena jumped in and died again. So this is like one versus 4 trade because Diggie killed himself, right? There's no reason to kill yourself at this point. Like, there's no reason for Diggie to do this because this is getting to the late game, okay? Yes, you're not worth any money, but again, you are still a hero in the game. You're still a member of your team. Your ultimate is still important. Your skill 1 is still important. Your skill 2 is still important, you know? Your team actually relies on you for your skills so they can do something. You know, right here, they're going to try to waste their time on Thamus. I think they got the kill right away. They're going to go for Lord, but unfortunately, they don't have the damage for it because they're so underfarmed. You can see the gold differences right now. It's already 6,000 gold to the advantage of Team Aura. So they try to get the Lord. Roger over here is level 10, whereas the counterpart hybrid carry JP on the Eastern Shin is level 13 and level 14 now. You have a carry that's 4 level behind. You can see Diggie just being an absolute nuisance in enemy base. At this point, however, as I recommended, Diggie should stop feeding because his ultimate is so important. At this point of the game, this is basically the end game right now, right? Aura could end the game in 1 play. It's very important for the Diggie to not feed, just to make sure that he throw bombs, throw his quad control, and use the ult at the right time. You can look at Atlas right here. He's looking to engage right now, right? But just because Diggie's right there, Atlas gave up. Power of Diggie right here, right? Because Atlas cannot waste his ultimate when you know Diggie is right there with his ult. Bottom lane, right? Team Aura try to push to the tower here. Gato ulted to defend. Atlas wastes his ult. Diggie, beautiful ult to execute it, but he took too much tower shots because he doesn't really care, right? He didn't really care. He thought he's fine. Now, I'm feeding, you know, I'm okay feeding. No, you're not okay feeding at this point, right? In fact, you should restrain yourself on feeding. Just use your ult to save your team and position like a regular support. His job is already well done. The strategy, the Diggie strategy, is for early game. At this point, you know they're in their base. What's the point of getting vision? What other vision do you need? Right? You already know their entire team, your entire opponent team is in their base. Reducing a member is going to be really, really painful. Right now, once again, beautiful ult on Diggie's part. That's why you cannot feed at this point. That's why you have to make sure you stay alive. Now, obviously, Gatal Kacha, the last death is not really his fault. Gatal just used everything on the Diggie for no reason and killed himself. And that's why I said, I don't know if it's a Diggie strategy that made Aura win, or if Team EXE are just not on the same level. It's like one is at over here, one's like I can't even see this hand. It's like right down here. You know, it's crazy amount of like skill discrepancy. This is MPL PH. You know, they really need to find better coaching system for this. If you guys want me to make a dedicated video on Martyr Diggie strategy, leave a comment down below. Let me know. With that, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the bell on once again. Assistant Dave signing off. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys on stream. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it.